Good evening, everyone. Cannon Cross Show, April the 19th. We're going to be divvying it up, the roundup. Arsenal's lost it again. Like I predicted, their backside will squeak, and Man City will come like a steam train on the back straight and overtake them. Yeah, and I saw the City fans had the bottles out today, didn't they? They had the
Yeah,
bottles out.
they had the bottles. I can't believe they're bottling this thing. I can't believe I actually backed them for once. Can't believe they're bottling this thing.
Remember, I told you, unless it's a 15, 16 point gap while Pep Guardiola's in charge and Man City have any sort of individual quality in their side, they've got a chance. Mm.
Seems that way, man. Seems that way because they had a 9 point lead. They got evaporated within a week. Mad.
Mm. That's what happens. If you put consecutive wins together, you can climb that table. That's why
Yeah,
we
yeah.
still got a chance at Champions League, even though you lot stuffed us. Yeah, tell
Definitely
me,
that.
because I only saw half the game.
First half was kind of even though we kind of smashed and grabbed the goal just before half time. But yeah, we just defended for our lives at the second half. We didn't really offer too much.
Now, to be fair, you had
Yeah,
a couple
I
of
think maybe
dangerous situations where, but what happened? The final pass wasn't good.
yeah, but we
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
we didn't go for that second like we probably would have done if we was playing the City or the Arsenal.
yeah,
I
because the
think
way we
we,
set up that day is the way we
yeah, I think you
we
guys
we
it was
defending
just
deeper.
comfortable. You knew you wouldn't probably wouldn't score, so we were just comfortable just defending,
Mm.
even though we didn't have our main back line. Obviously
But
on a
that's what happens,
makeshift
you see?
back line.
You see what I tell you? That's what happens. When you got a good tactical setup, you don't have to have top centre halves.
No, no,
Because it
no. I
makes
mean,
it easier when you
yeah, yeah,
stay compact. If someone makes a positional error, miss a header or a tackle, someone's close behind to sweep up.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what people
That's what she was doing.
underestimate because of this expansive thing and the entertainment and the TV. Said when you need results, mate, be compact and difficult to beat. Yeah. Don't have big distances between your midfield and defense. If you do that, any professional player can at least make it difficult for you. That's why I don't understand why more coaches don't want to do that these days. More of this project, and it's not the right thing. It's an entertainment business. We've got money from. They said, yeah, but they're not gonna be paying you that money if you get relegated, are you? You get a couple of parachute payments, and then you're in the wilderness again. Mm.
No, I hear it. I hear it. But
But
yeah,
yeah, Carrick was smart though. I like the way Carrick was tactically. And Rosinia, his choices again, let me down. Our approach play, we don't vary it enough. We need to mix it up. Crosses in the box, long balls. When they're
I mean, you
defending.
guys were unlucky.
Hmm?
I wouldn't even say you played badly.
No, we
Obviously,
didn't. I was
you
surprised
hit the,
that performance is
yeah,
better than against City and then against Everton.
yeah, you hit the
But then
bar
again, we should
twice.
be because
So
you're not as a strong team as Man City. So we should have been better.
yeah,
Mm.
I mean, yeah, but
To saying that though, the
yeah,
Man City first half, when I watched it back, I said, why was we not winning in that time? Well, as soon as they had that goal disallowed, we just was trying to keep the game tight. We never showed much verve because we was worried about their attacking for it. And then as
yeah,
soon as we conceded, all the confidence drained out of them, and I knew it was going to be like, it could be like a salvo, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and
yeah,
then by
yeah,
that time, the time we did create some chances, then we were already 3-0 down. Mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no, and
mad.
no, Man United seeing that now and said, yeah, Chelsea's huffing and puffing right now. They got no cutting edge. And then João Pedro went there.
Yeah, what happened? I don't even know what happened to him. Was he
They
injured?
said thigh injury. They said thigh injury. When I looked at the
Oh,
fifth
okay.
scan, Ben Andrews said he had a thigh injury just before the game, which is odd. But to be
I
fair, if
mean,
they let play like he did when he was at Ipswich, we would have had much more of a threat. Because remember,
yeah,
he's
but
a man. You
Delap
know?
don't have any confidence at the moment, so he's just playing just for playing sake.
Yeah, but this is where you got to believe. You got to believe. That's what you know. What I used to, Michael Owen. He's meant to approach the football. I remember one time I read um, a news article years ago, and I said, he's a serious man. He said, even when my confidence is rock bottom, zero, he said, I've got 80% self-belief. He said, I don't think I can make the difference. I know. I said,
Oh,
what?
yeah,
Listen, I said, I used to tell any man, I said, as men, this is how we should be. All this thing about confidence is low. I said, yeah, I've been there when my confidence is low. But there's something deep down inside me that says, yeah, I don't care. Even my shoes are begging bread or I'm in scruffs with no money, I still think I'm the man. Said, if you don't have
yeah,
that about you in life, mate, any kind of downturn in your money or circumstances, and you're like, like a boy again, I can't put
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't see that. No one being serious, no matter how big and strong they are, how their personalities. If you don't have that about you, there's something deficient inside you. And you'll be surprised enough like that. I said you got to look at your past reference as well. I said think about it. When you're like that, you should say, look, I destroyed Chelsea last year when I was Ipswich. I come from Man City Academy. I scored how much goals? One of the record goal scorers ever at Man City with under Pep. Me and Palmer, Lavia, we were the top golden. That's what he should be putting in his head. That's what I'll be telling him.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. That's why I don't understand why how they can be like that. But like you said, we did have a couple of chances, but we done well with them because he was off balance for that header that hit the bar. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't quality chance where it could say, you know what, it's harder to miss than it
I
is to
think
score. We
Enzo
never
had a
created a
quality
chance like that.
chance. Enzo had a quality chance in the first half before we scored.
Okay. Was
He
it a
had a
sitter?
good chance. Yeah, because he was trying to bend it, but it kind of went straight instead of it curling around inside the
Okay.
post. But I mean, the
So
fact that he created the
it was
space,
easier to miss than it was to score. Oh, it was harder to miss than it was to score.
it was harder to miss because I thought it was in. Like the way the
Okay.
camera angle was,
Okay.
there's no way he's missing. But
Okay.
obviously, he just like hit it too straight. So
Mm.
that should have been
Yeah, well,
in.
that shows a
But
lack of quality then. Because if you got the moments, clear cut chance like that, and you're saying you're a top world champion and thing in a big game like that, you have to put
I
them
think
away.
yeah, I think it's just a circumstance because you're shot to get the ball. Because like
Okay.
we had the ball and then he quickly turned over it inside our box and then he just shot quick. So I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think he
he
even
tried.
thought
To
about
be
it.
fair, I can understand that. Then, yeah,
Yeah,
that's not straightforward. I thought he's like one of them ones where they clean through the man squares and there's no goalkeeper in the
yeah,
goal.
but
Who's this?
the thing was because he was 1-on-1 with the keeper. That's why he was like,
Oh,
okay,
okay,
he's getting in.
yeah,
You know what I
fair
mean?
enough.
Because it
Then,
was
yeah,
like,
one
wait,
on
in my head
ones.
I was like, how you lost the ball? And then
Yeah,
you just
one
see
on
it go
ones is
wide.
good.
You're like, wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think there's positives there for you guys. But
Nah,
yeah,
not really. Because
the
if it
cutting.
was against, if we hadn't been lost five games in the spin now, I would have said, yeah, you can look
I
up,
mean,
boys. But I
compared
said
to
it's another thing.
how you've been playing, obviously you've had was it three nils back to back?
No, but the Everton one was the abomination. The Man City one I could swallow because Man City, listen, when they
It's Man
started
City,
turning up
yeah.
on
But I
us,
mean, the fact that
and
you've
then the
had those back
PSG
to back.
one as well, tremendous. They're turning up on us. Uh,
Yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying. But I said the fact that you've had those type of performances and yet you still managed to kind of turn up against us, it's a decent
Not
show.
really,
But
because the individual quality there is in the squad. I'm telling you, if I had, I said it to someone, I'm thinking that I got a few likes as a surprise on YouTube. I said if I was in the training ground with them man there, yeah, I said hour and a half on the training pitch. 2 hour video analysis said they wouldn't be losing no game to like that to no Everton or Man United. No way. Said it's not hard to think. Said all you do, listen, medium block, we keep it tight, compact. Yeah, I don't want no more than 10 yards between the midfielder and the defense. Yeah. Soon as there's no pressure on the ball drop. Yeah. And so what we're gonna do, instead of trying to play this eye for the needle and combination play in and around the box through the middle third, we're gonna up the tempo, we're gonna get it wide and we're gonna pepper the box. And even if it's not pinpoint crosses and it's only percentage balls, so what we do, contact in the second. This is where I used to love Drogba. You see, when we used to struggle against you before in the tight games, they said, "What is he doing? This is like rugby, and he's just fouling and roughing." Man. I said, "Yeah, because he's wearing on them." He said, "You get sore. If I keep kicking you on your leg in the MMA, so you see what happens if you can't check the kick. You get welts. The leg get dead. You don't move as good. You understand?" This is what people don't understand. This is where the physicality of football comes in. Elbow on the wrists, run them, run, run, get tired. Only certain amount of subs. They have to stay in the position unless they swap them out. They're on a card, dribble at them. If it takes one mistake, gone. So these are things that you should be put in their head to navigate games when you're not playing well. And that's what I don't understand with these toffee nose, top toffs looking down their nose at the basics and fundamentals of football, winning your duels, putting pressure on people, testing their fitness, testing their speed, testing their physicality in the box and the contact areas. It's odd. It's like rugby when they do the forward push. And the man said, "Oh, it's boring. All the man there in the scrum." I said, "Listen, you know what they talk?" I said, "I love the South Africans. They tell you it's called Puss Club, the slow poison. That's why it's a Sean. The slow poison, we know. Come the last 20 minutes, it's in their legs. They're heavy. We've got them now out wide, down the flanks. Yeah, I said that's what you do. Them big cumbersome man, when they're knackered and they're carrying all that weight, they're gone. It's like running through treacle. Lactic acid. This is what you got to do. It's same with football, obviously not with the scrumming, but in the duels. Boom, shoulder, boom, kick. Have them turning, facing the goal, running, having to recover, not side to side. Stay, hold the line, people. Midfield drop back, screen us, hold side to side. Unless there's a serious cock up, you're not going to score. Or it's brilliance, Messi or R9 brilliance with the dribbling or some kind of ingenious long shot. It's unlikely. The percentage of that is unlikely. So that's the only way they're going to win. Or a howler from the goalkeeper. So this is we give you yourself the best chance to perform, best chance, well not perform, but to win games on a consistent basis when you're not playing well. Arsenal's a key thing at that. So,
But yeah, looks like we secured top four. I mean,
yeah,
Villa won
ain't in that
today.
mathematical almost now.
Nah, not yet. 'Cause Villa won today, 4-3, and then
Okay.
Liverpool won a
Yeah, so they
last
got
minute
further
goal as
away from
well.
us then. Yeah, we ain't getting no Champions League. Jeez.
So I think there's
Up on
10 point gap
Liverpool.
with 5 games to go. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jeez.
we just need 2 more wins and we're done.
Yeah, yeah. See,
But
and
I
I
think
don't.
if Villa win the Europa League,
They'll go
I
Champions
can't
League.
remember. Yeah, but I mean, does it open up sixth place?
No, that's automatic now, isn't it? Europa League. Yeah. So
Yeah, but because
it
they
could
might
open.
if they finish
Remember, they
but if
changed
they
it from the
finish
year we won it, where they were saying we
no,
couldn't go into it because even though we won it, we didn't finish in the top four. But that's what opened up the fifth place. So if it's 5 places now, that should open up the sixth place because Europa League is guaranteed. Unless they change the rules, Europa League is guaranteed Champions League
yeah,
football.
that's what I'm saying. So you might still make it anyway because if Villa win, Villa will probably get top five, and then they'll probably win Europa League. So it might open up for you anyway.
Brighton might get that or Brentford. The way we're looking, I could see us finishing all 11th, 10th, like
I
in
mean,
the
if you
in
don't,
the in the Hoggo City, the Mourinho's second year, the second spell.
yeah, you need to start picking up some wins again.
Yeah, no, we're toothless at the moment. It's bad for a side that couldn't stop conceding, and we were scoring nearly every game. Now we can't sit at Barnes' door. It's terrible with the kind of players we have. Cole Palmer looks sad. It's the worst I've ever seen him since he's been at the club.
Yeah, he
Clumsy,
did look
giving
good
away the
yesterday.
ball, bad decisions against you. I watched him. When people are saying that, Garnacho was the worst player, no, it wasn't. It's Palmer. He was listless. He done nothing good in that game from what I saw. Mm.
No, he didn't have a good game.
Yeah, no. And the thing is, Resina's not even putting him in the position. Said, you know what, you're number one player. We're gonna give you a free role, a play in the pocket between the lines. You know, he's still gotten in this inside right, inside left rubbish. It's too long and languid and not quick enough. I would not do that. So play him in the central between the lines and feed him as much as possible. Because what they're doing when he plays like in them areas, what they do is to cut the supply lines to him, the passing lanes into his feet. So then he's just sauntering around.
Yeah,
On the periphery of the game, not in the middle of the game. Yeah, I said, hold on. I said, I'm not no top elite manager. I said, surely you must see this and you must have a way to communicate to make the players lively up. I said, don't play there, play centrally. Yeah? Between the centre half and in front of them. And have the lap go beyond them to drive them back to give you more space to operate in. Because if the defense drop and the midfield's yet to recover, you'll have at least a couple of seconds to look up and shoot or put someone in. But no. I just don't understand it. It makes me question them, man. There. Yeah, that's why I'm getting my press pass this week. I'm going down the Cobham, mate, and say, listen, I'm then start far questioning Arsenal resilience. I'm going to tell them, say, look, what are you doing to improve our approach play? Because at the moment, we don't create enough chances. As much as you say now, you're creating some chances, they're not chances that are clear cut and they're easy to put away. And our possession football, it doesn't put teams under enough pressure. And that's why people are coming to the bridge and we're losing so many games. We're still struggling against teams that drop off and defend. So now possession football for the eye of a needle is not doing it. So you have to have a fallback plan of how to make sure you get over the line to be able to score goals, no matter how P teams to defend. And what are you doing
mm.
day to day? That's what I'd ask him. None of this, oh, well, this fart I hear a lot of these journalists saying that don't like they know anything about football. It's shocking. Oh, I wonder if they're doing that not to upset him, so he answers their questions when they next come. Because I know
That's
that.
what they all do, though.
No, but
They
I've seen
kind
other
of
people question them. I've seen other people question them.
some, yeah, some people, but
Mm.
you have to kind of build up a good rapport with him first
Yeah,
before
yeah,
asking
but
him
it's not.
tough
I
questions.
always think if it's no insults there, then it's a valid thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
of
like Simon
course.
Jordan, not
That's
like a tough member. I don't do it like a clown like Simon Jordan who's just dying to be provocative and get clicks. I'm with the asking tactical and technical reasons. What are you doing? And why are you not doing this? That's what I would just say. You want to get precious about that. I said, obviously, your crutches, and if you can't take them kind of questioning, then it's sensitive. Shouldn't be no leader of no crubber like Chelsea. It's a valid reason. So I'm sure if players make mistakes, so you tell them, like you said, a man's missing a marking assignment when we lost that game to what was it? Not West Ham. Who was it? We lost to. Well, we lost 1-0, and he said, "Yeah, he missed the marking assignment." Forget the two.
Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle said, "Yeah." Then I'm sure if you can do that and press, someone must ask you, "What are you doing to change the approach play to make sure we go score goals against teams that defend deep?" Jesus, it's hardly offensive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Mm,
hear you.
mm.
But yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, just need to we probably need two more wins to secure Champions League for us,
Yeah,
or one more
I
win if
think
you
you'll get
guys lose
them.
your next game.
Yeah, yeah, no, we might lose more games, so you might not even need that.
Yeah, I probably
I
need
don't
one
even
more
know who we
game.
got next. It's so bad now. I've not even been checking the fixtures or anything. And if we're playing
Probably,
like this, there's no way we're winning the FA Cup either. Because we're
yeah,
gonna probably have to beat Man City to win it.
Leeds will badge you up anyway.
You think so?
At
Well,
the moment, yeah.
yeah, no, of course, at the moment you'd think so, but
But
I,
Leeds are playing
I
well.
expect us to think. Yeah, I know, but I expect us to still win. It's just the way I
You
am.
guys are
I expect
playing.
us, unless we're playing a prime Barcelona
Oh, it's next
or Real Madrid,
weekend. My goodness, FA Cup's next weekend. That's coming
or
around quick, man.
semi-final.
Yeah, yeah, that's coming around quick.
Yeah, I remember that he should be if he's got anything about him, he should because I saw him when he was at Strasbourg when Liam Rosina got after the side. I forget the man was translating, but it was a serious speech. That's when I said, "Oh, I don't mind having this man at the club," because I thought they keep saying he's a LinkedIn man and he's shouldn't be having the profile, but he was cussing and carrying on. Said, "Listen, we're Strasbourg. We don't go out there and play timid. We're gonna." So that's what I'm hoping. Said, "Right, if he does that with these players, he'll get a rise out of them." Which he was initially, but it looked like they're kind of down in tools, and especially the ones that he's not playing regular. Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And once they start down in tools on you, the writing's on the wall.
for sure.
Because at
But
least
yeah,
before we went behind, we was running, we was working, we raised the tempo, we fight. But now it's all passive and kind of meek, and that's a bad sign. Because if I said my city, I don't want this man to get sacked, and he's looking after me, he's giving me a chance. I'm gonna do whatever I can, but I don't see that. I ain't seen that since we lost to PSG in the first leg. It's been constant surrendering.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, let's move over to Arsenal. The bottle jobs, madness,
mm,
the madness.
uh,
I knew they'll lose today anyway, but they actually played well. I can't even cuss them too much. They actually did play well. They hit the post as they hit the post. Um, and then Havertz had a chance, but Donnarumma saved as well. So they had chances. I thought City would be more dominant with them, but um,
was it 1-0, 2-1, or 2-0, and then Arsenal got one back?
so Cherky scored first, and then literally a minute later, Donnarumma tried to play the ball out, and then Havertz closed him down and went to the back of the net.
Okay.
And then I think around the hour mark, Harden scored. It was a nice play from O'Reilly, but
Yeah, no. If Arsenal had Haaland, they'd be already won the title.
that's what I'm saying. And then they dropped Djokovic as well, which was shocking. Big money striker. They dropped him for the biggest game of the season. Didn't make sense to me. But he had a game plan. He had all these creative midfielders there. They all kind of shut down the middle. So obviously Rodri couldn't play.
Mm,
So it kind of worked for at least the first half anyway.
mm.
And then second half, obviously City just turned up a little bit and got their goal and then kind of defended the rest of the game. To be fair, but um, yeah, I mean Arsenal they tried a thing. They tried, but City, man. They know how to get the results.
Mm.
So it's damaging. because they can go
No, but
top of the league on
If
Tuesday.
Arsenal win the rest of their games, they could still win the title. That's what they got to think now. That's what I'll be telling them. We win the rest of our games, the title's in hand.
No, it's in City's hands. If they win all the rest of the games, they win it.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah. No, but the thing is, they're still 3 points behind, isn't it?
They've got a game in hand against Burnley on
Yeah, no,
Wednesday.
but there's no guarantee that I'll be telling them, listen, this is a
This is
side that's
this
lost
is
the Bodo
Burnley, man.
Glimt. Yeah.
Don't do this Bodo Glimt thing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
They
yeah,
just
yeah.
beat
No, no, obviously, and
Liverpool.
they've dropped points. Who did they drop points to
No,
just before this run?
now they're locked in now. They're
Yeah,
locked
yeah,
in.
you,
There's
you
no
say all that,
way.
but I thought that the year when they picked you when Aguero scored that wonder goal, that Man United were locked in, and look, Aguero
No,
turned
no,
around. If he never kept believing, you think Man City would have won it that year? Remember,
no.
they were gone. There was what was the injury of injury time? What was it like the 6 minute in injury time?
Yeah, but they beat us 2, 3 games before that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah,
got them.
no, yeah, no,
That's
but
what got
Man
them through.
United was they've. I remember Scholes was like, oh my goodness, the way they were like just took the air out of the balloon.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. That's because they beat. That's because they beat us. So now they beat Arsenal. They're taking the air because Arsenal looked defeated at the end of the game. They
no,
looked
no, but remember
mentally
they've got a
drained.
chance to react. Remember, it's not always they got a chance to react. Man
They've not.
United didn't.
They've won one game out of 5 this
Mm,
month.
yeah.
They're tapped out. They're
Mm,
they're knackered. Eze's not fit fully. Rice ain't fit apparently.
mm.
But none of them are fit. Gabriel should have been sent off today as well with a headbutt.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
know
I heard
how
about
VAR
that. Mm.
missed that one. VAR did not even miss that one completely. I don't know what was going on there. But yeah, man, they're tapped out. They're gone. They got Newcastle next. They probably beat Newcastle. 'Cause Newcastle are shocking at the moment.
No, I
But
see
they,
Newcastle give a beat us. I see them play well against who was it, Barcelona? When I didn't see that
yeah,
coming.
but they lost yesterday. They lost to Bournemouth yesterday.
Yeah, now Bournemouth is in a serious run.
So,
Bournemouth's a good
especially
team.
as their manager is leaving as well. I'm surprised they're still playing good
Yeah,
football
I
like
heard
this.
there's rumors that they might get rid of Rosine and some and bring him in. There's been rumors with the Chelsea press about that. And if it's them,
I wouldn't be surprised. The fact that you've come out and said I'm leaving at the end of the season, and yet your team's still beating up Arsenal, beating up Newcastle away from home is mad.
mm,
Serious
beat up as
manager, man.
well.
Serious manager. Oh yeah, beat you guys up as well. So
Yeah, remember Glasner's
yeah,
leaving as well. So
yeah. That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean
It's
they're
a big,
willingly
big.
leaving. So who knows if Rosina folds and don't win the NFA Cup and no European football, which is a possibility, they might say, you know what, after this season review, this is not good enough. We're breaking and we're gonna get someone in proven. And I'd
You don't
rather
give him
get
an 8 year.
Glasner.
You gave him an 8 year contract though, innit?
Yeah, yeah, but we gave Potter
That's
a contract.
mad. I don't know how you.
Remember,
I don't
no,
know why
but
you're
remember
still
the
giving that much
terms
money.
have been reduced, and we've built in like we did with Pochettino breaks that it doesn't cost us anything if we get rid of. It's not one where
Okay.
we have to pay up the full contract like with others. I will I hear it.
Okay.
That's what I've been told by some of the inside journalists that go there. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, so it
Fair
won't be
enough.
that much financially damaging to get rid of him. Mm.
Because you can't be on that much money anyway.
No, no, no. Well, they'll have to give him reasonable money. Obviously, he's not going to be like a Guardiola or Arteta,
Yeah.
but they'll give him money that what is above on that at Strasbourg. Mm.
Yeah, 100. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, man, we'll see what City do rest of the season, man. But it's in their hands
Yeah,
now.
well, I
They'll
told you
play.
a time ago, remember? I told you in
They'll,
February, I said, Man City, unless Arsenal have a 15, 16 point star, while Pep is at Man City and they have that kind of quality individually, so don't be surprised if Man City rail them in. Mm?
yeah.
Yeah, I always feel until Pep Guardiola goes, people just gonna have to say Man City's a problem no matter who's there. Mm.
Yeah, they're more likely going to go top on Wednesday, man, and that's going to be a big,
Psychological blow.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to
Yeah,
mess up Arsenal big
for
time, man.
people that don't really believe, but if I was Arteta, I'd get after them man there and train and say, listen, Man City's got a soft underbelly and they're hiding. What happened to the total football? Said if we put pressure on them and we win our games and don't think about what they're doing, we'll be right there to the end. That's what I'll be telling them.
Yeah, but don't
Oh,
forget this is
start
City's
aside.
transitional. This is City's transitional period, though.
I
They're
know, and
only
they're still.
just finding their team now, and they might leave with a
No,
domestic
no,
treble,
they
which
always
is
had the good
mad.
quality, the good individual quality. But the thing is, the cohesion. The cohesion's not there like before, which is
That's
understandable.
what I'm
But look,
saying. But
the
it's
cohesion
getting
ain't
there.
there, but they still look where they are. That's
I'm
why I
saying it's getting
told
there. That's what
Rosini
it's
and
getting
other
there
teams
now.
when talking
It's
about
getting there.
transition said you can talk about that. That's rubbish. If you're transitioning, how is Guardiola still managing to transition and still be a problem, still win trophies? This is what I liked about your great man Ferguson. Tear up teams 5, 6 man out, new man again. If in 1 year they
Yeah,
don't win, they're winning two the next. That's this is you got to look at the blueprints there. That's the thing.
no, I hear it. But yeah, but I mean, City obviously not look great start of the season, but they got their players in the winter, and now coming out doing their thing, man, doing their thing.
Nice. Go on the other effect as well, because Rezina could have them players and we wouldn't be winning like that. So,
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, he's going to
mm,
give you that confidence, knowing that he's back there. But yeah, man, we'll
yeah.
see. I mean, Tottenham. Let's go to Tottenham quickly. I don't know how long is left, but Tottenham
Yeah, there's only like up
devastating
in 40
draw.
seconds.
Can't believe they drew that one. I thought they were going to win that one. They
Mm,
would have been out of the top. They would have been out of the bottom three, man. But if West Ham win tomorrow, which I think they will against Palace, because Palace was out celebrating on the streets of Italy on Thursday after their Europa League or Conference League result. So I can see them not getting a good result there. So I can see West Ham winning, and then it's got to open up a 5 point lead or 4 point lead to
mm,
to to Tottenham, which
mm,
nasty work,
mm.
nasty work. So yeah, so Tottenham. I mean, if West Ham win tomorrow, they go 4 points ahead of Tottenham. 5 games to go. So it's not looking good for Tottenham at all. It's not looking good.
Sure.
Yeah, I think who else won? Villa won today 4-3. Liverpool won 2-1. Bournemouth won 2-1.
I'll see. We're definitely dead in the water. Then Liverpool won. Jesus.
Yeah, that was a last minute goal from Van Dijk as well. It was nasty work. Nasty work. But yeah, man, interesting weekend of football.
Hopefully, this
Nothing.
our only chance of glory now. We gotta go. No guts, no glory. We gotta go for it. I'm gonna rub a
Yeah.
guy down to that Resina and say, listen to me, Rust. If you want to win, you listen to Buchanan. You understand? Stop joking. You
Yeah.
don't come and ruin my club with your Strasbourg, Hull City style. Mm. We are Chelsea. We are the Lions. You see it?
I
Yeah, I actually
mean,
might put them on next letter, actually, if I don't get my press pass in time. Mm.
I mean, like I said, Leeds are in good form. They won 4-0 against Wolves. They beat us, so they look like they're safe. So they're gonna be confident going to Chelsea, man.
Mm.
Are you guys playing midweek?
No.
Yeah, you are. You're playing midweek. I think you're playing Brighton away.
Is it? Yeah, well, that ain't no good then. Jesus, Brighton, the way they're playing, they whoop us. Mm.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's not looking good for you guys, man. That's why I think Leeds might beat you in the FA Cup.
Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. They beat us at their ground early in the season. That's when I said, yeah,
Oh
Maresca's
yes,
got to
they
go.
did.
Yeah,
Oh
that's when I
yeah,
said
they
Maresca's
did.
got to go.
I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
mad.
we was passive. We was placid in that game. We was useless. And that's what was weird. It was just after we had that CS run of results where we drew 1-1 with Arsenal when we should have whooped them with 10 men. And we blew away Barcelona and we won all them games in November. And Maris got manager of the month. And then after that, straight away, he was useless. From December, we was in the tail free fall. Mm.
Oh, Leeds are playing Bournemouth on Wednesday.
Okay, so
All
they got
right.
a game as well. So
I thought they were gonna have a free hit. So yeah, they might rest some players so they can get ready for the FA Cup. To be fair, because they look like they're safe now. Because
yeah, we're definitely not gonna. We're probably thinking about Europa League max. So yeah, that's if Original's
Leeds
still there. But
are.
I've got a feeling they're going to change tack with the transfer policy in the summer. They're going to buy more experience and more battle hardened players, not just
Yeah, yeah, I
talented
can see
people
that.
like kids. No, they've actually come out and said it still publicly. Egg funny enough,
Okay,
not even Bowley, Egg Barley. And you don't really talk
okay.
to us. Yeah, so they said they're
It's
going to
probably, it's
tweak it.
probably needed.
They're going to tweak the strategy, which I said it should be bleeding obvious from the last year or so that we should be doing it.
Yeah,
And you've got to find a place for Jackson. Jesus. It'll save us money in the market. My goodness, man. If you're taking any coaching, you give him a chance and you say, this is what we've got to work on aspects of your finishing. That's it. Everything else he's got. Pace running behind,
oh
good
yeah,
movement,
he,
good ball
he
into
just
feet, works hard, runs the channels. Always a problem even when he don't score. When Delap and Pedro ain't at it, they look listless. Jackson's always in the game. Mm.
yeah, and he had a good relationship with Palmer as well. So I was surprised.
Now, to be fair, Palmer and Pedro's got a good relationship too. The Napoli game really exposed it for me as a cheese. They look terrific. If it weren't for them, we would have been gone. Napoli would have beaten us. Mm. So
Yeah, I mean, he just won a league title today, Jackson. So
mm.
Bayern won their league today, so they're confident going into PSG in the Champions League themselves. So
Yeah, no, I back them to beat Real Madrid still. I back them to beat Real
yeah,
Madrid.
I didn't think they would. I didn't think they would,
Mm.
but
I think they'll win
PSG are
it this year.
different.
I think I might put a punt on them beating PSG.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game, man. It'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to
And
watching
I
that
still
game.
think they'll still be able to win it as well.
I'm not watching the Arsenal Atletico Madrid game. There's no way I'm watching that. That no way. It's gonna be terrorist football, man.
Mm.
Terrorist football. So
Uh,
definitely watching the PSG Bayern game. Proper
oh,
football.
they were actually the ones that clashed in the semis, yeah? It's
Yeah,
PSG against the
yeah,
final.
yeah.
Okay, for sure. Okay.
Should have been a final, man, but we'll
Yeah,
take
that's
two
all. Yeah,
wins.
that would have been better for the final. Yeah, definitely the two best teams in Europe.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So we'll see what they do, man. But yeah,
yeah, that's all right. All right,
uh,
we'll catch up weekend. Well, actually midweek. We'll see what the how many games on midweek on Wednesday.
I think there's like six of them, you know.
Okay, yeah, we'll
It's
do
quite,
we'll
it's quite a
do it.
few. I think
Just let me know.
some teams are playing Tuesday as well.
Yeah, they will do to stagger them. They've been doing that all
Yeah, yeah.
season.
So it's
But yeah,
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
we'll do if you're about, we'll do Wednesday evening. If not, Thursday afternoon.
Wednesday evening, I'm actually going to watch the under 18s at Crystal Palace.
Okay. Well, you'll be near where I am then. You should come
Yeah,
and see me. You're gonna be near where I live.
yeah, I could probably come through before. Yeah, I could probably come through
Mhm.
before. Because yeah, League Cup final against Palace.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the Chelsea under 21s won the Premier League too. So
Okay.
we're back. At least they're winning. And the
Yeah,
women have just won their version of the Carling Cup and in the FA Cup semi-final. Well, FA Cup semi-final final. Yeah. See, the women team keeps on winning, and so does the kids. Mm.
fairs.
The men's team is embarrassment at the moment. Mm.
No, I hear
So,
it. I hear it.
yeah. So yeah, just let me know then. We'll do Thursday then. We'll do Thursday early afternoon or mid afternoon.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
cool. Sounds
All right,
good.
close. That's a wrap, everyone.
All right.
That's Ken and Cross, and we're out.